For this exercise, we're going to use the latest MS Beam 2023 edition. It's an ArchiCAD template that is currently running. So the emphasis of this template was on graphics, to create elegant or high quality drawings right away. So it was been carefully done with a lot of test of materials, building materials, line weights, line types, together with the graphic override combinations to come up with styles or graphic styles that are instant. You can change depending on the view that you want. So if you look at the graphic override combination that comes with the templates, there are more than 20 overrides combinations, as you can see here. For example, if you choose the C#red annotation, it will instantly change the annotation into red, of which it's another style that is very good for online or for digital purposes or digital publishing for your PDFs. And then we have quite a number of interesting graphics, as you can see here. As you can see, the quality of the lines and the hedge of the building materials is also on another level. So yeah, that's basically what we are going to use to create our exercise today. So I would open a new file. Let's come here. To load the template, you have to go to the browse the template here and then locate it to your downloads. So if you purchased the template, let me just do that. And then I'm currently using 26, version 26. I'll select that and then open. Let's hit on new. So now the template will be loaded for good or for permanently into your ArchiCAD. Once you open the ArchiCAD, it will always appear at the first template or as a default template. So let's wait for it to open. This is what you get by default once you've opened the template. So you get this reddish graphic style. Like I said, you can change because we have different options here to choose. You can choose your own or whatever style you would want to have. For me, I would go with black and white with fill cut and have a cover, and I'll gray out my furniture objects. So that's basically that I want. But doing this, if you go back again, click on to open the view, it will go back to default settings. So to set it permanently, make sure you go to its settings. Then under general settings, we're going to set the graphic override to whatever style we want to choose, which is the fill cut with grayed out finish, and then hit OK. This now will be permanently assigned. So if you check here, there are room tags that are displayed on your floor plan, view. Reason being is because it's one of the preliminary tools you would have or you'd need to start a project, because you would need to label your spaces. If you don't want them to be visible here, you can select all and delete and get rid of this, because it's also saved as favorites. So if you select one of this and then you click here on the settings dialog, there's this arrow for favorites, you would access different bunch of room tags. So for you to check the preview of it, you have to click on shift and hold and then move your cursor to whatever you want to preview. So in case you might think how you can achieve that. So yes, by so doing, let's go to the window, and then I'm going to just to bring in the favorite tools. Just want to take you through one of the interesting feature with this template, which is called the project starter. Sometimes for you to be efficient, you don't need many tools or many options. So in this case, we provided you with a focused project folder that would has or house all the necessary tools to start a project from scratch to finish. So without having too many options, you are being minimal, but with the great tools. If you have great tools, but you are limited to them, you can produce high quality drawings efficiently, unlike you have too many options. I'm just saying, I see it as a great option to have in your template, but you also have other alternatives where you have different types of options, styles and settings here. For example, let's open this annotation because it's one of the new folder in this favorite part. So as you can see, you have different types of tools here that are important for us to do annotations. Dimension styles, let me stretch this to see. As you can see, we have different types of dimension styles: architectural dots, which is empty, and then architectural dots with a solid fill. So yes, we have architectural ticks. These are set for efficiency because they have been tested before, and the results, the outcome was very impressive. That is why it's been saved as a favorite. You cannot save anything here without testing it. I'm just saying, yes, once you save any tool or object as a favorite, that means you are really 100% happy with the result that tool setting or the settings that is performing. So I see it as a very good thing to do that. So we have different types of tools here, like markers, different types of markers. As you can see, we have annotations for label. This is very interesting. We have different types of label according to the dimensions or the text height, as you can see. And then we have this as well, different styles of putting annotation. We have tags and window labels, window and or opening labels, just to mention the few. So that is not about this video. I just wanted to just share with you some one or two things about the template. So let's just get rid of this and then do the main thing we are about to do in this video. So the main exercise of this tutorial is to produce a building or geometry like this. This project is from the, what's this name again? Adatac Alliance. I don't know, I'm spelling this right. Adatac Alliance. So I was very interested when I saw the geometry of this building. So I said, no, you know what? Let me do a video on how we can achieve this in ArchiCAD. I haven't done it or tried it before. This will be the first try. So yeah, so I think it's important that way because you will understand my approach to this kind of complex geometries for this type of architecture. So let's go back to our ArchiCAD. So the first thing that we need to do is to dissect the geometry or the project, and that is the good thing to do. First, analyze, dissect it, and get a little bit of sketches out of it. More especially, have vertical planes, have horizontal planes, to try to get an idea how you can go about this to assemble it in ArchiCAD. So I just did that. I have some few sketches with me here. In PT I don't have them here in a video, but for future videos I'll try to share my sketches with you guys. Yes, the approach here is to start with the floor plan. Of course, that's the starting point of doing a project. So I'll go to the wall tool to start with. I'm just going to use the wall tool. I can click here on the favorite, and then there's a, let's go back to the folder. I'm going to go to the project starter folder, and then I'm going to go with the wall composite. So, and let's draw a box. I'll choose geometry method of a rectangle just to draw a box of 12 meters by 12 meters. No, let's do 10 meters. 10 meters like this, and then hit enter. So let's suspend group, and then make sure this is positioned on the center of your markers. You can also adjust the markers position. It's upon you. You have all the freedom to do that. Perfect. So as you can see, the quality of the graphics of the building materials hedge it's on another level. The line types, they're also line weights are also elegant. So to show the true line weight in ArchiCAD, make sure you go to view and then on screen view options, make sure the true line weight is active. So if you just switch it off, it will be like this. I like to see it or have it on for whatever reasons. I know there are times where I need to switch it off, especially when I'm dealing with the profiles because of the scale. Yes, we have this is supposed to be a double story, I guess. So I'm going to take this and right click to copy. Let's go to the first floor and then paste it here. Yes, I'm going to paste it there by original location. So we need also to set this to the black and white red graphic style. There we go. Yes. So there is one thing that I forgot to do is the base of this project. So let's just use a mesh tool. So I'll draw a mesh around. Let's just draw a mesh around here. I think let me just increase this to. I'll pick this point and offset all edges to increase it evenly around there. So let's see the settings of the. Let's change the material to earth. So with this template, all the materials are grouped in some subcategory folders, as you can see. So for example, if I'm going for the site, I'll go to site folder. It will give me all the different types of site material, and then click on soil. For example, let's set the height to 2 meters, and then this to 0, which is the offset height from the base. Okay, so if we check on 3D, that's basically what we have, but we have a slope around the building. We have a slope around the building, so because the floor finish is raised for this project, so I'm going to draw a line to raise up my floor around the footprint of the building. So let's go to the documents tools, pick the polyline tool. I'm going to draw a box, a rectangle around there. Perfect. And then what I need to do is to select the earth, or select the mesh tool, and then what I'm going to do is to transfer this footprint into the mesh so that I can tamper with this height. So let's go to the design tool and activate the mesh tool whilst the mesh element is selected on the floor plane. So from here, we're going to hit and hold the space bar in your keyboard to activate the magic wand cursor. As you can see, let's just zoom in here and then hover around on top of your line, your polyline, and then click on it. So this window will pop out to, we're going to create a hole. Let's create a hole. Is that we create a hole? It will depend. Create a hole or we add new points. For example, let's just add a new points for now. Okay, so I'm going to drop, let's check on 3D. So I'm going to drop to achieve the slope, because here it's on 0, 0. There's no way our building can sit above 0, 0. So what I'll see, I'll drop the earth around its footprint to by half. So what I'll do, I'll say click here, and then on the point, let's on the pad palette select elevate mesh tool. You can bring it down by 1000, then do the same to this. I'll use this as a reference. Let's do the same to that area, and then I'm going to do the same to this. Perfect. So that's basically what I meant. And then if you go back to the floor plan, now we can draw our main floor plan, our main mesh. Let's see, this should be -1 meter. just to have something like that. Perfect. That's what I wanted to achieve. And then because we have this, let's subtract this polygon from the main. Yes. So I'm gonna extend extend the section marker to cover the slope, and then let's right click and open the section to appreciate what we've just created so far. Perfect. We can also stretch this to be here. We can make it 3000. Yes, to achieve something like that. Yeah, once we've done that, by default you can see the settings of the presets of this section. We already have the section markers, story markers already set, and we have some 2D information that we can also use for annotation. As you can see, we have this different types of dimensions. We have this, and then the height dimension. So it's already at your disposal for you to use. As you can see, we have also other item stuff. I think there are some that are missing. So if you Control L and, for example, let's say show all, that's basically what you have. So yeah, that's basically. So let's go back to the ground floor, and at least we are done with the base. So what we need to do is to create a floor slab for this. So I'm gonna just go to the slab, and then go to the what you call the favorites, and then I'll go back to the project starter, and then floor slab. I would go for slab with tile like that, and then I'll magic wand and click on the space to place, and then I'll copy this, copy that to the first floor plane, and do that. So the first floor by the look of things, we have a protrusion on to create a balcony, and to create a balcony and a porch underneath. So I'll do this. I'll copy this, Control Shift to copy that, and move it by maybe 2 meters. There we go. Then I'll do that. So this will be the balcony, and then from, let's just see and appreciate that on 3D. That's how it will look. Yes, perfect. All right. Yeah, so I think we have, let's go back. We have almost everything, the geometry that will define our building. So I'm going to start with the front, because by the look of things, this wall goes all the way. So let me do this. I'll delete this wall. So this wall, I'll set it to go all the way from ground. So under link stories here, I'll link it to ground, and then link it to the roof. There we go. I think let's do the same to these ones. Let's set it to the roof. Perfect. Nice. Okay. For the front here, it's a curtain wall. Let's just get rid of this and go to the plane view. Let's draw a curtain wall here. So I'm going to say, let's see under favorites what we have, and click on this one. Let's say draw it to there. Let's set it to the roof. should be 6 meters, something like that. And I can go ahead and try to change or tweak the settings of this. So what I'll do, I'll say edit, and then I'm going to get rid of this element. Once you select one of the elements, you get this graphic for selection. So I'll click on this one to select all of them, and then delete in your keyboard. So, and I will do the same to these ones. No, these ones I'm not gonna delete them. Let's just, okay, I'm gonna delete these ones. Let's do the same, select all, and then delete. Right. So what I need now is to reduce the distance of these two members. So I'll hit on exit, and then from here what I'll do, go to ground. Let's move this elevation marker close to here, right click, let's open it with current view settings. Perfect. I wanted to see this. As you can see, also on elevations we have this type of setup of your story levels and your dimensions. They are already available at your disposal. Like I said, it's just for you to rearrange them accordingly to your design. So no need to stress. This, I don't think we can have it here because this is the road. Right. So what I wanted to select the curtain wall and then hit on edit. I'm going to activate the scheme grid or scheme grid, and then I want to take this line or this grid and then move it to there. Let's see, is it enough? I think it's okay. Then you can hit that. Let's check on 3D. Yeah, maybe we can reduce it a little bit. Let's go back a little bit, activate the scheme grid. Maybe I'll do no, this one. Yes, maybe let's bring this one by 150. Yes, then hit OK. Perfect. So what I need is to set these panels to be glass as well. So I will use the same selection material and then change this to the main panel. Great, and then hit OK. That's basically what I wanted. We can go ahead and do it again and maybe change the sizes of the frame. But for this demonstration, let's just leave it the way it is. And another thing that is, let's change the graphic style, is just to see what we are doing clearly. Perfect. I'm impressed so far. So far so good. What I need to do is to stretch this wall to be in level with this one according to the design of this geometry. So I'll stretch it to there and then go to the ground. There should be distance between this. I think I'm gonna set it to 8.5. Let me see what's the distance between this. It's 1.3. Let's check on a 3D to appreciate. Yes, I think it's more like it. It's more like it. I'm going to set this wall again to be from the ground. Let's set it from the ground and then the level to the top. Okay. I think what you need to do is to have the balcony slab. So let's go back to the first floor plan, and then I may just insert a point on the slab somewhere here. It should be around 1.5 in line with this one. So, and then I'm going to offset this edge to here, but it has to be off a bit by maybe 300. Yes. something like that. Okay, so for these now features, let's go back to the elevation. I think what I need to do is to bring it back here so that it can cover the wall. Yes, and then I need to sketch the feature how it's going to be. So let's use a polyline tool. So it will be like this. Let me just use okay, I would just use a rectangular method like that. I think it's a good practice to, or it's a good approach. So, and then select that line, and then I'm going to use this line. Let me make sure it's suspended group so that it can move also with the level. I'm going to move it to here, and then so that I can drop it down by 1.2. Let me see something. I think this guys needs to go all the way. Let's say it's unlinked. Set it to 7 meters. What happened to this guy? All right, let's delete him. Yeah. And then let's see. Let's reduce maybe the height of this to 6 meters is the double height. Yeah. Maybe my walls are the ones should go up by 500. Oh my goodness. What happened? Go back. Let's make sure this is 7.5. Yeah. Yes. And then that will be the cut. So what I'll do, select the line, stretch it to there. Let's click here to add a point, and then I'm going to move this one by back by 1.5, and then move it up vertically by 3.1, something like this. Right click and go to display order, bring this to front so that you can clearly see it. I think also here on this corner it goes up by 1.2 something. 1.2. Yes. Yes. Yes, it won't be perfect as but to give you that idea. Okay, maybe this one, let's move it back by 300. Yes, because I'm just estimating his dimensions, so it won't be as perfect as you saw the image. So from here, let's go to design, and I'm going to activate the move tool. This move tool I'm going to use, let's set the material to, okay, for now it's good for as a plastic, and geometry method is polygonal. So I'm going to click on this point to here, then to there, then go down to this corner, then that corner. This is the element that we are going to use to carve or to trim our wall to this shape or to this geometry. So let's check on a 3D. I'm going to select on the surface and push pull in your pet palette, and then I'll push by maybe 1 meter. Doesn't have to be thick because the thickness of my wall is around 300. Okay, so from here let's take this guy Or is it to be visible from the ground? Let's take this guy, put it, align it there. Let's see. Then I'm going to use solid element operation to carve in this wall. Someone might ask, why can't we just do this item using a morph? Because a morph is a solid element, it's a solid tool, so you won't come later and change its attributes, for example the materials or the composite, just like that. But for the wall, it will always give you options to come and define or inject information about that. So that's my approach. I always think about the information part of it. So I'll select one of this. Let's start with the target. The target will be the wall. I'm going to right click and go to connect. Let's bring the solid element operation to. Perfect, it's here. So by default it will select the selected element as a target, of which is correct. So let's select this as an operator, and then I'm going to just use subtraction operation. Perfect. If we select this material and let's change this to an empty, let's find an empty, maybe go to general, yeah, an airspace frame, and then let's go to its settings, and we don't want to overwrite the surface. Why it's not? Yes, yeah, that's what I wanted, so that you can see how it's shaping up. Okay, that's basically for this part. And I want to have a little bit of an issue here, but don't worry, we'll sort it out. We'll sort it out. This, I think, yeah, this is that wall. So let's move on to this side. I will go to the ground, select this elevation, right click, open it with current view settings. So I'm going to use also a 2D polyline. So to start here, this time around I'm going to just draw a box of 1.2. I think that way, yeah, 1.2 by 1.2. I think let's stretch it back by 300 because our balcony is around 2 meters. Yes, our balcony is around 2 meters, so this is going to be like that, and we're going to take this point to there to create this, and then let's do the same to the what you call, by doing the morph. I'll pick the morph parameters here of this, and then draw your morph there, just like, oh sorry, need to be accurate, something like that. Check on 3D. Oh, it didn't make it solid, so it won't work when it's like this. We're going to redo it again. Your morph, and then that. Yes, now it's a solid surface. Didn't work again. What is wrong with this? So when it's like this, you cannot oh no, it's okay. It's because it's a wireframe. I've used an airspace material. I forgot because I've picked the parameters of this, so I need just to extrude it. Same to that by 500. Did I use 500 from the previous? No, I've used 1 meter. Yes. And then let's move it to the position, just somewhere here. Go back, and then select this as an operator, this wall as a target, and then hit subtract. Let's see. Now we're having an issue of these two guys are not, oh, but they are they are connecting perfectly. It's only that because we have alright, we have this little issue here that needs to be solved. Okay, I'm going to deploy a different strategy to this. Instead of having two morphs that we're using as an operator to cover, I'm going to have one that I'll use it to subtract. So I'll say go to the front elevation, and then I'm going to draw a morph from here going all the way to there, and then I'm going to make it sure go all the way. It's all the way from here, then go down to 0. We go back here to close it off, there. Perfect. And then if we check on 3D, let's take this to the origin point, and then we're going to offset it or extrude it to 2 meters, which is the size of the balcony. And then that's gone. What we need to do, if we use this holistically like this to subtract, for example, here is going to be straight instead of bent. So I'm going to take this point and then bring it there. So I think I was moving down by 1.2. So I'm going to do the same to the side as well, drop it down by 1.2, so that if we say, let me isolate this and then change the material to that, so that if you see it this way, it's this type of geometry. Yes, it's flat here, it's beveled this side, and this side is straight. It's this funny acute, I don't know, we call it what, trapezoid solid form, whatever you can name it. So from here, let's say bring all the elements, and then we're going to use it to subtract. Let's select these two walls, right click to connect, bring solid element operation. So by default, to select the two walls as a target, we need to select the operator, which is the morph, and then hit extrude or execute. Sorry, let's change this to airspace so that we see. I think it came out nice. It came out perfect. So yeah, that was this tricky or the skill. And then let's go back to the elevation. I'm going to draw another morph all the way to there. Oh, let me just go take it all the way to there, something like that, and then close it off there. Let's see, we need to move it closer to the origin point. Then now extrude it by just a meter. Right, so let's select the wall, right click to bring in solid element operation, take the morph as an operator, hit execute. Oh, we have a little bit of discrepancy here, but it's not a big of a problem. What we can do, we can go underneath here and then select the surface of our morph. Oh no, or you know what, instead of extruding it, let's go back to the elevation. I'll simply here select the morph and then bring it down just by a significant amount so that it cuts off that, like that. Something like that. Okay, now we can select these two and hide them. Nice. I don't know why we have a line here, but it's not a big of a problem. It's on, I think it's straight, it's fine. It's not a big of a problem now. When you render it won't show, it's just on the drawing. That's basically it. Let's check on elevation. So I think this we need to hide it on the elevation as well. Hide. That's what we have. Okay, let's move on to the next side, which is this side. This side we have a similar projections, and oops, this slab needs to go back by 1.2. Yeah, yes, something like that. Perfect, I'm impressed. Like I say, let's move on to this side. So what I'll do, let's select this line, right click and open with so here we're going to do our sketches. So this is our annotation tools that are waiting for us to pick. For example, if I pick the parameters of that and then click on this wall, it will give me the classification. So it's on empty, as you can see, this dash. So if I feed in the information on the settings of this wall, for an example, if you go down to the classification and properties, and then they say under description, it says put your description here. So this is where you need to put your description there, and then make sure this it extracts. If you go down here, let's go back on this arrow, make sure it's extract the classification and properties. No, not this one, properties, which is the product info, and then the description, so that it can display. It will depend on how you want to extract information from you. There are different ways of doing that. There is use of auto text, the use of building materials. It's up on you. So I'll do a tutorial on how different ways of extracting information or displaying information using a label, because this is one of the versatile tool we have for annotations. Yeah, let's move on to what we came here for. I think let me just get rid of this for now, and then I need to hide this layer. I don't know why it's still hidden. So let me hide it. Control L, then under plans architectural, the layer hidden should be off. Yeah, let's see on elevation. I think same as two elevations. Let's say section and elevation, the layer hidden, both needs to be off for now. Yeah, and then I'm going to take the polyline tool and do the same. So I sketch, before I was using a rectangular method to sketch. I'll do the same, and from here we need to add a point to there. I think we need a point somewhere here. This point should be, I'm going to make it half 1.2, so I'm going to make it 800, right? Yeah, 800 from the top corner. Yes, and then we have another one going down from 0. From 0 I'll move it up by, I think, by 600. Not just to be 800. Yes, I'm going to add another point here, right? Yes, and then I'm going to select this curve and offset it by 1.2, no, supposed to be 2 meters, and then this will go back to here, right? Yes, like something like that. Go back to the design tool palette and bring in the morph tool. I'm going to draw from here to there, just like that. Let's hope for this one we're not going to experience much of a problem. I don't think so, because it's just a straightforward. It's not connecting with the other two, with the other element, unlike this one. The reason why this was a bit of complex is because there has to be a smooth connection between these two walls. So for this, it's going to be a straightforward thing because it's just a single wall. I'm just going to extrude this by 300. Oh, sorry, 500. And then pick this as an as operator, this as target. Execute. Oh no, I don't think it's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same. I think we need to adjust our profile. Let's get rid of this morph. What I'm seeing here is that this line is going all the way to there. Let me just move it there and then move it out maybe by 500 according to what I see on the images. And then this, I'll bring it somewhere here, or maybe by 300, 200. Yeah, this is according to what I see from the images. So then the morph is going to be from there, here, something like that. Yeah, and then this wall, I'm going to extend it to there. Move it by 500 and then move it back to select as an operator. This will be a target. Let's execute. Almost. Yeah, I think something like this. Something like this. Obviously, I won't be accurate, but that's what I think. Let me hide this. And then take camera. Let's go down to the viewpoints, draw a camera to try see it from. Select the camera, hit F5. Let me say sections. Yeah. And then let's get the roof in place. Let's go back to the plan view, which is the roof. I'm going to, I think it's basically the slab as well. So I'm going to pick parameters of that and then set this, not override that, and then under here I would change this to concrete. Where are you, concrete? And then draw it. We have a point here according to what I see in the images, and then this goes all the way by 2 meters like that. Yes, that's what I saw. Let's move it, select this point, move it back by 500, and then let's make our slab edges to be black. Let's find paint black. Yeah, we can set our slab to 200 just to add a little bit of depth. Nice. I'm not satisfied with the, so activate this grid and zoom in to select. Oh, best way to do grids is on the elevation. So I'll move this to the right click, open the elevation. Here, select that, edit, make sure your grids are active. I want this grid, drop it a bit by 150. I think it's fine. Let's see, because we're going to have our door here, so I'm going to get rid of this guy, and then this, we're going to change it to a double door. Let's go for door sliding. Yeah, we can go for a sliding door. Wait for it to load, and then it comes with this funny material. Click on the sliding door settings. First thing that I need to do is to set this to full and the 3D as well to full. And then what else again in this page? Let's move on to the next page. I also want to change the size of the frame. Instead of 120, I'm going to set it to 80. 80 is the perfect line. So let's move on. So we have different types of grids to use. We can also use a custom leaf if we want, but I don't think we have good options here. Let's move on. These are the materials. For the glass material, we need glass, so find glass, and then these are finite stainless steel and other likes. Let's see to the other ones. No, it's fine. This is fine. You can change the your line types, I mean your line colors or line weights, but normally we control it universally using our graphic override combination style, so I don't have to worry about this. Then hit OK. So yeah, there we go. That's our sliding door. Hit exit. Nice and clean. Perfect. So we have to do the same thing to access the balcony. So let me zoom in. To access the balcony here, we can also have the same thing, but for the sake of this video, I think that's basically what I wanted to share with you, especially the approach on doing a complex geometry like this. It looks simple, but you have to have a little bit of time thinking about it and how you can achieve it. It's simple, but it's also complex. Yes. Thank you guys once again. So if you want to download the template, check the link on the description for the template. It's also, there is a template guide there just to further get information about and the examples of the template quality. So yeah, see you in the next video. Another video will be doing some challenging geometry as well. So thank you guys for supporting this channel and stay safe.